So we just spoke about our gamer reactions to all the press conferences and the Nintendo Spotlight. Now it's time for us to pick who we felt won E3 with their press conference. And that's overall. So whatever you think that means to you of who won. Starting with you, Mo. Who do you feel won out of the 5 press conferences and the Spotlight?
I felt it was a tie between Sony and Nintendo.
Why is that?
I see a lot of I see what Sony's doing with their games and what they're bringing out. I'm excited for the future and exclusives. That sells to me. I'm excited of the new storylines I'm going to be playing. Nintendo actually gave me something to buy. So that's
rather than Zelda. That's all you and Bomberman.
And Bomberman.
That's all you've had.
That's all I got.
And 6 possible titles in the next 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Six.
Possible.
But they're
Theoretical
bringing
advice.
some titles out this year, and I wanted to play those. I want to play. I'm sorry to say it, but I am excited for Kirby. I'll play. I'm down. I feel like they had more to showcase. I was expecting more from Xbox, but they're not completely exclusives. So
It said world exclusive.
world exclusive. World.
Yes.
World exclusive.
Yes. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, that's why. Because it's available on Mars. That's why.
Oh shit.
This world it's exclusive.
Oh
but
shit. So
So your winner is Sony and Nintendo?
Yeah, it's a tie between
Tie for Sony and Nintendo?
That's it, man. I gotta go for it.
And Rich,
Being bold, choosing one.
yeah, being bold.
Sony.
I think the whole
if it was
industry
gonna,
won.
if it came down to one, of course it's gonna be Sony. Just because
Sony?
there's some exclusives on the show floor that I heard, and my money's going to them. So, they already have that third party support. They win for that, but I see Nintendo also diving into that third party or beginning to, and they were humble
That they've
enough.
lost the last 10 years.
But they were humble enough to say it, at least a little bit. So
Well, when you have no friends, you have to admit that you're a loner.
stop burning bridges.
No.
So
Rich, who do you feel won E3?
Xbox. But not in the way you think. I think that they won it for Sony. So it's like when you're playing soccer or football and you're making a drive and you kick really hard from maybe midfield, you bounce it off one of your own teammates' heads and it goes in your own goal. That's Microsoft this year. Good job.
was not expecting that.
Yeah. Because listen, Sony did the same thing they've been doing. They stayed the course. They didn't blow us away, but they certainly didn't let us down. They did what they've been doing. They've been consistent. They've been good. Nintendo was on point, but I don't think there's enough content there for me to really give it to them.
Right.
Microsoft was the one who had the game changer, and they fell flat on their fucking face. And they still won't admit to it when you're... Again, I love Ryan McCaffrey, but that's the perfect example of he's the Xbox guy, and he says, I don't know who this is for. And Microsoft doesn't have an answer for them either. And look at the press conference. The most they did was looks best on. They didn't even convince you why you need this as opposed to the S or the original Xbox One. They fell on their own sword. They scored a goal on themselves. It was stupid. So...
Was totally not expecting that.
Good job, Phil Spencer. He got a participation trophy.
But you got a win, though. Xbox got a vote for it as a win.
I'm not the Xbox guy. I'm the guy who is currently subscribed to that, but as I said, I'm a Xbox X now because he's clearly said he doesn't want my business either.
There's an E in front of the X.
Aww.
And it doesn't stand for example.
Rich, are you guys going to have some breakup sex?
No.
No breakup sex?
No.
With you and the
No,
Xbox?
but I'm going to bang her neighbor. Oh! It's called Sony, and I'm going to send pictures. Phil Spencer's Facebook status is going to be, it's complicated. I mean, like, it's not complicated. I'm banging your rival. Jack Trenton's tickling the balls.
Oh my god.
He didn't even work there anymore. I don't know why I'm fucking throwing him under the bus. Because I remember the guy that played the Mr. Sony or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a funny character. But.
The commercials.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, I have to follow that.
Yeah, that's pretty
Wow,
tough.
all right. Should have saved that for last. The winner of E3, I think, is very clear who won, and it was Sony. Is the clear-cut winner. Same as last year, it was clear-cut. I think They have it down how you do a press conference. Ubisoft would have been my number one if they would have got that shit together. Like there was
If their number one title was actually viewable in their conference.
if there was some holes in that conference, but they had the titles, they had the potential to
They
win.
were kind of rushed. They only had 2 years to plan for that presentation.
Yeah.
So.
2 years. But Sony with the diverse, with the third party, I know they have that third party with the exclusives, and they have those first party titles that are just wow experiences.
And they're doing it right, and they were proving it again.
And even for their DLC content, they showed what the fuck they're doing. Like, they had the DLC content for the Uncharted, which is not really a DLC. It's kind of a standalone.
It's more of a standalone.
It's a standalone game, and they showed some of that gameplay, and then they showed
Horizon
for that DLC, which extends the story even further. That's the stuff that people want to see. Why am I purchasing this?
And why Destiny 2, they went in, no matter what you think, if it's too much exclusives of Sony, they said, we're going on, this is why you should actually get Destiny 2 on the PlayStation, the best way to play. And ending with Spider-Man. That might be the demo of the E3.
Yeah, that was something that I felt like that was something that nobody was expecting. The way that they showed the gameplay on that game.
Because right now it was Anthem. For me, I loved, again, how it looked, how you did for 10 minutes. I don't know how that's going to translate to a full game, but Anthem, but after Spider-Man, like, hands down, that was incredible. Like, I wanted to watch it again right after. Like, there's some shit that I missed that I need to see. I was just looking all over the screen. And Sony, whatever you say about exclusive 2017, they do have those exclusives with the DLC, with the big titles that they do have. Uncharted and Horizon. Horizon's a brand name. It's starting to become with how it's getting Steam since February. 3.4 million sold of Horizon.
Yeah, it's a pretty big number.
And Nintendo, I'm with you, Rich. It was a tight 25 minutes, but not enough content to even compete with what Sony brought. No. And Nintendo set the bar low for so long the last few years that I'm not going to give Nintendo credit just because you set the bar so low and holy shit, you didn't.
Yeah, you stepped over it.
Yeah, you stepped over the bar. It does not give you the right. And again, I love my Switch. I love Nintendo, but their E3 showing, they've shown like they don't really care much. Yeah. But they do their directs throughout the year. E3 is not a big deal. We don't care if we win or lose. We're going to show these titles.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have came up big keep that momentum of the Switch, but 2017 looks great. We'll see the next directs that they have. They have mini PSXs. So in September, October, this is what's coming out the first 6 months of 2018. They'll do that. But in 25 minutes, not enough content to win in 25 minutes.
No.
With that. Microsoft, good luck for the next 5 months of how they're going to market this. And we'll have a discussion about it of who the fuck is this actually for? Xbox One.
What do you think they're going to sell?
Well, I'll tell you this much just now for the pro Xbox gamers. You are a gamer, like I said, regardless of whatever system you're playing on.
Well, they already knew they was going to sell less. So it wasn't, they said this is a niche. It's not going to come close to Xbox One S. So what are you doing then?
Yeah.
Do you want to invest all this research, most powerful console, just to be the low end? Oh, okay, we sold a few million.
Hey, they got us all talking. We did how many shows where that was a focus of what's going to be the Scorpio? They got a lot of mind share out of it.
When we talked about 6 teraflops,
which didn't mean
12G DDR5.
It doesn't mean anything.
All these numbers
it
when
came
they
back
released.
to that where what the fuck am I going to play on this?
Yeah.
Exactly.
They didn't
It's
sell
a nice car that goes 0 to 100 in 2 seconds, but you are only allowed to go 45 in this neighborhood. So sorry, enjoy.
Or you get a ticket and that costs more than the actual.
Yeah. Exactly.
So on agreement that Sony won E3 and actually Microsoft won it for Sony.
Well, no, I shouldn't.
No.
I put it that way because they fucked up so badly. But it's not like it was a close game. It was Sony was clearly ahead by 5 points. It was like 5-0, and then Microsoft put the nail in the coffin by making sure it was 6-0 with their own shot on their own goal. So
we'll see. We'll see what happens with
That's
this
all I got.
Xbox One X.
See if they fix anything. Well, we'll see.
So those are our, actually not our predictions or reaction. That's who we felt won E3 this year. We all in agreement, unanimous decision of Sony winning E3 20.
And that's a world exclusive.
That's
World exclusive.
world exclusive. Yes.
World exclusive. We're having 42 titles. 22 are exclusive in some way. I'm gonna count that for Microsoft and see and go back with those numbers and count because the 42 42 titles, but like 10 of them was on like a little the indie.
Yeah, the indie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That they showed. But Sony won for us. Let us know in the comments below who you felt won E3 2017.